Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Having Juice with OJ. This is episode 2 of our season 2, and today, me and Jerem are here with a guest, a good friend of mine. He's a sports betting fanatic. He absolutely is a sharp to the bookies, and his name is...
What's up? Happy to be here.
For sure. So let's just start off telling the people who you are and how you got into owning the Lounge Sports. That's your company, correct?
Yep, the Lounge Sports. So so it's kind of crazy. I started during COVID. I was watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I love Larry David. So I'm like, yo, let me make a sports page called Larry Locks. My friend just made a lot of money selling his stock picks in COVID because he called the crash, and I was like, all right, if he can do this, I can do this. I might be better at what I do than what he does. So I was like, all right, Larry Locks. Had a picture of Larry David, and from there, it's just like I posted all my wins, my bets that I was winning, and it just kind of took off. And it was a long process to get to where we're at. A lot of trial and error, but I believed in myself. I believed in the team I built around me. And today, it's just like my main thing now. It's what I do every day.
So your Twitter has about 83,000 people. And your friend, his name's Tommy, correct?
Yeah.
He has like over 100,000, correct?
Yeah, Tommy is. So we kind of complement each other really well. I'm really good on the business side. He's really good at the marketing side. He'll tweet all day. Me, I'll look at my Twitter twice a day. I'm good on tweeting. That's not like my thing. I'm not that good at it. Mm-hmm. He's amazing at it. He's great at getting engagement, great at just getting clicks. I mean, he could get 1 million impressions on some tweets. Literally. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is insane because even one of my good friends, he texted me and he was like, wait, do you know this account on Twitter? Because I followed you. And I was like, yeah, like I do know him pretty well, actually. And he was like, oh, well, like I've been following him for a long time. So you just have people everywhere right now checking you out.
It's kind of crazy. And it's really, I'm never trying to get a big head about it, but someone will be like, yo, like I follow this guy, Larry Locks, on Twitter. And I'm just like, yeah, that's me. That's me. And they're like, Tommy? And I'm like, it sounds like Tommy's like a local celebrity. Like, of course I know Tommy. I've known Tommy my whole life.
Like, Tommy's my boy.
Yeah, Tommy's like I've known him since I was 6 years old. We were on the same basketball team. We grew up together. Mm-hmm. He's a year younger than me. He's good friends with my sister, but I did this myself for about a year and a half. And then he was like, yo, let me give out some picks in the Discord. I'm like, I don't know if I want to bring someone in who I don't know is good enough. And then he hit like plus 16,000 and then plus 30,000. I'm like, all right, you're in.
Yeah.
And then he did it in the Discord like 5 times in like a 2-month stretch, and everyone knew Tommy was like legit then.
So would you say like one put the other on, or did you guys like both like collectively?
So I laid the groundwork. Mm-hmm. I built it to a certain thing, and then when he came on, he took it to another level. Mm-hmm. And then from now, we kind of just ham and egg it. Like if he has a bad week, hopefully I have a good week. If I have a good week and he has a bad week, he'll figure it out. I mean, we've built a team around us too with other people that don't do what we do. Like we have a hockey guy, soccer guy, a just straight lotto guy. And then we kind of just stay in our lane and do what we do. That's like the recipe. Everyone just stay in their lane. Because someone wants a little bit of everything. There's someone who just wants straight picks for just maybe hockey or just soccer or only parlays or just life-changing lottos that you could, turn $10 into 10,000 for. Someone wants a little bit of everything. So if you can deliver something for everyone, more people join, more people sign up, more people enjoy their experience.
Yeah, something I love about what you just said too is like you said you have somebody for like soccer, somebody for baseball, somebody specific, and it's kind of like relatable to a business to where like you find somebody that's good at what they do and you kind of just let them go.
Yeah.
And that's like a great recipe, and it's obviously working.
That's the recipe. I couldn't tell you one thing about UFC. I have 2 guys who are good at UFC. I couldn't tell you. I mean, I know like Conor McGregor, Sean O'Malley,
Yeah,
like
the regular guys.
Yeah, I know the regular guys, but all those little guys and like couldn't tell you. They walk by me. No, I look for the ears. That's how
cauliflower
I know.
ears.
Cauliflower
You need
ear.
that.
That's how I know.
That's interesting. And then, so Twitter, you started off Twitter, obviously. And then how did you build a following and know that you would be able to like build up that Discord? Because Discord is something that's very hard to build up.
Dude, so I had a private Twitter when I was doing it myself. That's how you had to pay me. And then it was just like it was so much. I had to message like all these people like, yo, you got to pay if you want the picks. And then Discord made it automated pretty much. We partner with this group called WAP. WAP is like a server. So if you want to sign up for the picks, you go on WAP.com, find our server, and then they automatically charge you every month. So when I first joined on WAP, I only had like 23,000 followers. But every year, a couple times a year, you go on like a crazy run. Just how it goes. Like you hit like 10 parlays in 10 days type of shit. And it just, you get 1,000 followers here, 5,000 followers from this ticket, 10,000 from this ticket. Me and Tommy are retweeting each other, like retweet for a chance to win money or get a free pick. And it just grows your account little by little. I kind of stopped doing that as much because I feel like it's a little corny now at this point. Like and retweet and you could get a chance. But it worked when the space was younger. Now the space is more developed. It's just like you kind of see that's kind of corny, in my opinion. Some people still do it. I don't want to do it.
To each their own. And do you bet full time now?
I still work for my dad just
Okay.
because, like, it's my first love, like doing what I was doing with my dad. And I've been doing it my whole life. Literally, we were car wash. Not kidding. From the time I could first remember, I'd want to go to work with my dad, dry cars. I don't dry cars anymore, but every summer, drying cars. Weekends in college, drying cars. And then obviously going to the business, you take more of a manager role. But once this took off, I have taken like kind of a backseat because, this is like, the ceiling for this is like through the roof.
Yeah.
But he's cool. He understands everything I'm doing. And he's never like, yo, like, you're just on your phone. He could be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you're on your phone all day. I don't want to pay you, but he's a good dad. He's cool.
And how do you think you keep yourself in the green? Because getting into the red can be so easy for others, but
You just manage your units. Like, dude, I'm never going to be the kind of guy that says I only win.
yeah.
Like, our community's based off, like, you're going to know we're going to have some bad weeks.
Yeah.
We're not going to win every bet, but you just know when we win, you're not even going to think about the red. You're not going to think about the red because the kind of wins that we're going to have are just so fun. Like Tommy, for instance, he was not having the best start to the year. Now he's like super green on the year because he's had a crazy 2-week stretch.
It's like that one meme where the guy's digging in the
literally.
tunnel and he's like he stops and then the other one he keeps digging and then he finds the diamond. So it's
gets
like
to the
just
diamonds.
keep going.
Yeah, and people chase. Like they come in. I always tell people join for 3 months. If 3 months you're doing horrible, you can leave. But you join for your first month is bad. Okay, you're like I'm gonna give up. But then the second month you erase all your losses and you still are way ahead now. Good thing you didn't cancel. That's like for me. I'm having a bad start to this week. I had a bad night last night, but I could hit 2 parlays tonight, and it's like last night didn't happen.
And do you think insider info plays a role in like who you pick, or do you ever look at like, oh, this person's starting more today, so like, or he's in the starting lineup, anything? That?
If a guy, we love injuries in the NBA, specifically the NBA. So you take a guy, for example, we'll use the Sixers. Joel Embiid, when he's healthy, he's out. Give me Paul Reed double-double. The value is going to be amazing. We know as a Sixers fan, he's going to play a lot. He can get a bunch of rebounds. So it's just kind of like waiting on that kind of news. Like Derek White last night, triple-double. Tatum's out, Drew Holiday's out. You're not taking Derek White triple-double when those guys are in. They're out. We'll sprinkle on that.
That makes a lot more sense to the casual.
Yeah, insider info. I mean, that's like it's crazy because Temple was kind of getting investigated for that, but that's like a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I actually want to know your opinion on that. How do you feel about the apparent shaving of points?
Dude, I got hooked at a Temple game this year. I had Temple minus 6.5. They lost by 6 on the last second free throw. I don't think they're shaving points. I think it's very hard to do that.
Nowadays, you think?
Yeah, I mean that was very fishy. Like you see a 6-point live movement. In that short of a period, that was fishy, but I think it's really hard to do that in today's world. And one of my good friends is the coach's cousin, and they're just a family of integrity. Like I could never see that happening, or at least on his end. You never know though with these kids, who like Temple's their last stop for basketball, and they don't know what they're doing after. You never know. And
then in this new day and age too, with NIL, like they could be getting offered an insane amount of money.
You never know.
Money makes people do a lot of crazy things.
You tell a kid you're going to give you $300,000, don't make this free throw. You never know.
It could be possible.
But yeah, I don't think it is happening personally, but we'll see.
Do you think it happens in general anymore anywhere, like professional sports wise, anything?
Well, you saw that dude from Vanderbilt said someone approached him. Yeah, I mean, like he said someone approached him. I don't want to believe it happens.
Yeah.
How about that? For my betting purposes, I don't want to believe it happens.
For our betting purposes only.
Not just
really,
that,
honestly.
but just for like
Just
the love of the
integrity
game
too,
too. Like
yeah.
just you want to make sure it has
Like,
integrity.
especially college sports. Like, I love betting on college sports.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the world to do is college sports because I know even at a blowout, you put a freshman in, he's trying to do his thing. He's trying to show off. Like, he's going to score.
wants more minutes.
He wants more minutes. Like, especially football. Take, for example, teams down 28. They put in their backups and spreads 21 and a half. A freshman's going to go down the field and try and score to cover the spread. He's going to try and go down the field and score, and that would cover the spread. So I just love college sports. I don't want to believe that there's any kind of like fixing of it.
And how would you rank for like how good you are at betting a certain like sport to how like bad you are, like your top 5 sports you bet on?
So I would say I'm surprisingly really good at baseball. It's nothing like the dog days of summer, but it's not as lucrative. So it's like, okay, the NBA is the most lucrative because guys get hurt, guys are out. You could parlay a bunch of guys. That is the most lucrative. I can hit some bombs there, but I can go for a lot of bombs and swing and miss as well. MLB is just like a grind. Just a grind. Teams, totals, strikeouts. There's nothing else on. You're locked in on baseball. I would say baseball, both college sports, NBA, NFL. NFL was tough for me this year because there wasn't a lot of scoring. There wasn't a lot of scoring. I hit some great parlays in the NFL. We talked about before we got on here, but there just wasn't a lot of scoring this year. If you look at the offense around the league, it was probably down the lowest it's ever been. Bad quarterback play. I mean, think about some of the quarterbacks we watched.
Was very ugly.
Mac Jones, Aiden
bad
O'Connell.
quarterback play, injuries,
Yeah.
elevated defenses.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual like problem was with the scoring, and it honestly got really good once the playoffs started because the guys that you wanted to score and need to score stepped up and scored. So we hit a bunch, but they didn't do that all year. They didn't do that all year. Look at Travis Kelce. He had a touchdown. He had multiple touchdowns like almost every game. He would have like 5 or 6 touchdowns in the regular season.
Yeah, like just absolutely insane. It felt like during the regular season, all these like unknown names were getting the ball in the red zone, and it was frustrating everybody who was betting on this.
Dude, I mean, and like you look at like Atlanta, like I would bet on Bijan Robinson. Gets like 3 touches from Arthur Smith. Like, dude, I just needed like 50 yards and he gets like 3 touches. He's your best running back.
And he's
just
getting
drafted him.
receiving yards. That's it.
Jonnu Smith leading the team in receptions,
Yeah,
and
like,
receiving yards. Like, what is that?
It's just so bet in the NFL. It's literally like the opposite of what you think. I mean, like I don't want to say that like because it's not, but sometimes I'm like, all right, this is too easy. Let me go to another guy.
Yeah, that makes sense. And do you have a favorite bet that you've ever placed, or maybe even like the highest odds from a bet?
So my favorite bet I ever placed, it was $37 to win $47,000. It was plus 129,000 odds. I had just started doing this, so I was like, I'm not going to share this play with like the little amount of people I have because they don't want this. They want like realistic stuff.
Yeah.
And I just got my dog Duncan, literally just got him, and it was Ben Simmons triple-double in the Sixers to win. He got it with like a minute left against the Wizards, and Embiid was out in the playoffs. It was Trae Young 3 threes and the Hawks to beat the Knicks. That was a year that he did the, in the Garden. Yeah, in the Garden. It was Luka Doncic 40 points and Donovan Mitchell 30 points in the Jazz to win. So let me take you through real quick. We already talked about Ben Simmons. He got it in the last minute. Triple-double, and the Sixers were up by like 20. Trae Young, they're up by a lot. He hits a 3 and comes right out. So they're up by like 20, and I needed 1 3. I'm like, it's cooked. Like I didn't even think anything of it. And then he makes a 3. I'm like, wait a minute. This is kind of crazy. Luka goes against the Clippers, and Luka against the Clippers.
It's barbecue chicken.
Dude, he had 40 points in the first 3 quarters. Yeah. So now I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? And Donovan Mitchell has 15 points in the first half, and the Jazz are up by like 20. So now it's like, this is all on Donovan Mitchell. They start blowing him out. He has 26 points. Comes out of the game, they're up by 30. The Grizzlies make like a 15-0 run in the fourth quarter, so they put Mitchell back in. Gets to the line, or gets a bucket, or gets to the line, I forget exactly. Comes out again because the Grizzlies make another run. He comes back in, gets a bucket, comes out. I win almost $50,000. It was insane. It was insane, and like those tickets and the value on that ticket now for 30, like Luka 40 points, that's like his number every night. Mitchell 30 points in them to win. That's literally happens almost every night. Trae 3 threes in them to win. I mean, I would say $37 on that ticket now. The only thing that juices is Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
that $37.
Very true.
$37 probably on that ticket probably pays like I don't know a couple $1,000s now. It's crazy.
after they saw that ticket,
Well,
they had to calm that down.
Yeah, well, you know, they've killed a lot of value in NBA props. I mean, you used to get guys like Luke Kennard to make 4 threes. It was plus 1,200. Now it's like plus 130. It's like almost 10 times less on a lot of stuff. So you got to find different avenues to get your value. Go out, you know, make your parlays. Listen, I'll hit a plus 129,000 parlay probably once in my life, and that's like the realistic part of that ticket. I knew that. A lot of people hit those tickets when they hit them, and they try and chase that feeling forever. You might never get that again.
That could cause real deep issues.
Yeah. That's like how people develop gambling problems and lose.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a two-parter question. One is, how did you feel after hitting that? Because that's like amazing. I can't even imagine what I would do. I'd probably punch like 17 holes through the wall.
Yeah.
And second, you were just talking about how it damn, it just slipped my mind. But the
Gambling
first
problem?
part. The first part, not
All
just
right.
the first part.
So how did I feel? That was the first time I ever won a lot of money at one time. So I was ecstatic. I woke my then girlfriend up at the time, and the first thing she said is like, "Oh my God, can you stop now?" And I was like, "Sure." No, I'm not stopping. Dude, it was ecstatic. I called my dad. I called all my friends. I texted every group chat I was in. I was like, "Yo, guys, check this out. Like, we need Donovan Mitchell." One of my friends was actually there in Utah, which was so random. But I felt, it was like, dude, I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I was going viral on Twitter. I had like 2,000 followers at the time. I woke up the next morning after like 1 hour sleep. I had 10,000. I had so many signups. It was like, all right, this is working.
Yeah.
Even though I felt bad because I didn't share that play. Like if you don't share a play and you try and advertise a personal ticket that you won, like in this world, day and age now, like you're kind of shady. Then I was like just a little guy. Like I was just trying to get traction. I literally had 2,000 followers on Twitter. Like I would never do that now. But I felt amazing. Like it was like the ticket heard around the world at that time because not too many people had hit tickets of that nature. And if I'm being honest, all that money's gone. Like all that money's gone. Whether I didn't give it back, but I spent it. I lived life. I paid for, bought a house, not with that money, but just, it helped in life. I didn't gamble it away. It just helped like with bills and.
Which some people definitely could do.
I'm not gonna lie. I probably gave back 10,000 of it.
Hey, listen, that's not bad for what you
Compared
just
to
got.
how much you won,
Well, actually, they took 14,000 right off the jump for taxes.
For taxes.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
And just remember the second part. So you said how like the value of like a Luke Kennard 4+3s would be like a plus 1,200, but now it's like a 130 per se. So like, how do you go around and like find the plays and the values that you think are good?
There's a bunch of things. So like game logs, matchups, opportunity, usage rate. Like there's a bunch of things that you can look up, tools that you can look up, and they're not always going to work because obviously the books they cook it in. They know like last night. Look at a guy like Karis LeVert. Like his assist line was like 8.5. It opened at 6.5, and like he had 11 assists. You would never think Karis LeVert's going to get 11 assists, but when Mitchell's out, he cooks. You just got to find like there's gems. Like don't be nervous to take something plus 200, 300 because it happens. Like especially if in a good matchup, and even though they haven't done it the last 4 games, they're probably due. They're due to have a good game. Whether it's make threes, get assists, score points, get rebounds. Just got to find the teams, the matchups, the opportunities that guys have, and go from there.
So segueing from that into this perfect thing that I was just thinking about is that Stone Smart hit. Who was the second person on that ticket?
Tommy Tremble.
Tommy Tremble. Who are these guys?
Yeah,
Please
Stone
tell
Smart,
me.
Tommy Tremble. So here's what went into that. So Gerald Everett was out. You watched the Chargers games during prime time. Like you see random tight ends come on the field. So you're watching the Chargers. You know that Gerald Everett's out, and I think Parham might have been out, but I don't think Parham was out. So all right, when I watched the Chargers games and one of them got hurt, I saw Stone Smart come in. I'm like, who the hell? This is the coolest name ever, Stone Smart. I called Tommy. I'm like, Tommy, I'm taking Stone Smart. He's plus 700. He's like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, just trust me. And I'm pairing him with Tommy Tremble because I've watched enough Panthers games as well that they don't score a lot. So if they're going to use their tight ends, if they're going to get down there, I randomly seen Tommy Tremble score. Tommy Tremble scoring too. Those two are the guys I'm going to take it. Could go horribly. And then Stone Smart scores, and I'm like, wait a minute. get down the field, Panthers, because you don't score a lot of points. So you got to get in the red zone. I mean, they got to like the 2. I couldn't even tell if it was Tremble or not. They ran him in motion, did a play action, and he was just open in the flat, touchdown. And I like didn't know it was him at first. And I was like, oh my God. You know, I've hit plays that are bigger odds, but that one feels like we go back to value. Stone Smart, Tommy Tremble scoring feels like it should be at least plus 10,000.
Yeah.
At least. It was like 6,300, I think.
I feel like that just doesn't seem correct.
Yeah, but there you go. The value's gone. Like,
Yeah.
These guys, I don't think Stone Smart had 1 catch for 1 touchdown, 63 yards, I think. And Tommy, they each have 1 catch, 1 touchdown. Like the odds on that are just like it shouldn't be plus 6,300. Obviously, it was a great payday. I won about $7,000.
Yeah.
But I feel like it should have just been way higher. But I'm not gonna be greedy.
Yeah, it cannot
Not
be
gonna be
too
greedy.
greedy.
Yeah.
Watching that game too, I see Stone Smart catch that and run it, and I'm like, who the hell is Stone? Like, because I'm
Who's
a
Stone
Packers
Smart?
fan. I'm like, we go down to the Chargers. Who's like, they had a lot of injuries that game
Yeah.
too, and I'm like, who the hell is Stone
Stone
Smart? And
Smart.
then I see your ticket later. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
hell?
Dude, yeah, we have a lot of funny tickets. Like I think that same day or the week before I hit DJ Moore and Ronald Moore. So just like more. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
just
I saw that
Yeah.
ticket.
finding tickets and naming tickets are the best. Like this guy that we have in our Discord, our lotto guy, Gay for Gambling, which he's not gay, but he's gay for gambling. That's the name. He hit one last year. He called it the Mona Lisa. It was like plus 20,000 and it smacked. So like people always ask for another Mona Lisa because it was just like a beautiful ticket.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is so sick.
Crazy.
It really is cool though that you just randomly decided like, oh, let me pick the 2 people with more and they'll both score. And then they end up
Yeah, I
scoring.
mean
It
they were
makes
both
no sense.
they were both due. Again, both due. Like I forget who the Cardinals played, but I knew that they were going against the team that would give it a deep ball. Give a deep ball. Moore hadn't scored in a couple weeks. He's gonna catch one. DJ Moore I was more scared about, but because it was snowing too in that game, and he cashed first, I think. Or no, he cashed second.
Second.
God, see, like I've had some really good hits. Like I'm not gonna say I'm bad at NFL. I just had a tough year because there wasn't a lot of scoring. So you got to pick like these random guys to score, and you got them right. Like I hit Zacchaeus' first touchdown in Tampa Bay. You remember that they just lobbed it up. I hit
Makes no sense.
Zacchaeus' first touchdown. I hit Irv Smith first touchdown on the Bengals. They were both like plus 3,000. Me and Tom were going every week. One of us were hitting some crazy first touchdown. Like he hit Ronnie Bell in the 49ers. It's crazy.
Like who?
Wow.
Yeah, literally.
like
Yeah.
who?
Who are these guys? But you just know if guys are going to be on the field, they're going to have opportunity. And if they like this year, I already know Devontae Parker scoring a touchdown first 1 game, 1 or 2 games. He's
Yeah.
going to score the first touchdown. He's going to be a plus 3,000. And he's going to score once first
Book
once
that
this year.
in,
I can't tell you
fellas.
when. I'll take it a bunch of times and hopefully I get it right for the time he does.
So moving on, do you have one of your favorite moments, like the best sweats that you've had in person?
In person, yeah, I'm putting him on the spot. I mean,
know.
I gotta think about it for a sec. Any baseball same game parlay that you have is a sweat because they take long. Sixers same game parlays in person, best sweat. I could tell you the one that was dead from the jump when the Sixers traded for Harden, and they had their first game. Ben Simmons came back, and Harden said something about Kyrie, and Kyrie locked him up. Kyrie dropped 40 and didn't let Harden do a thing. My bet was dead from the jump. Everything Harden was dead. Why'd I even come to the game? Like it's over. Dude, best sweat in person. I got to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Come back to that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Jake, maybe you could think about some others. Yeah.
Who do you think your favorite player is to bet on? Doesn't really matter what sport, just like which one are you like, I love him.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper?
Come September, October, I was betting Bryce Harper two years ago to get 2 bases, and he hit every game. I probably made almost $10,000 on Bryce Harper, and I was throwing like $300, $400, and just rolling it over because he is Mr. October. He is locked in. When it gets close to the playoffs, he shows up, and he's my guy. I love him.
He locks in.
He locks in. I did love betting on Embiid and Harden. Embiid 30, Harden 10 was just like free every night.
I was big on that too.
It was free every night.
I
And it was just like
absolutely loved it because Harden just all he was doing was passing.
To Embiid.
He did not care to get more than 10 to 15 points a game.
yeah. I actually love the Sixers so much more now this year, even though they're not as good without Harden. They might be better with Nurse and Embiid. But I just hated the Sixers the last couple of years. I just knew they weren't good. It was a lot of iso ball.
I think this is like the Embiid Maxey version of the Sixers is the best version of the
Yeah,
Sixers.
and like whatever,
wholeheartedly.
if you can get 15 to 20 from Tobias in the playoff game, I'll take it. I don't need anything else. I just need 15 to 20 from you. And I think this is the year he was starting to figure it out. And then Embiid got hurt. He got hurt. So now with the group we have, he's just can't fit in. He's a nobody with this run and gun team. But when Embiid comes back and half court game, I need 15 to 20 out of him. Mm-hmm. If he can give us 15 to 20, I won't say a bad thing about it.
Which is pretty crazy for his contract.
I mean, it's the worst contract in. I don't know how Elton Brand still has a job with the Sixers. Literally, like
Doesn't make any sense.
Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons. You give both them contracts. I mean, I'd be fired from my job if I messed up like that.
And the Al Horford contract too.
Yeah, horrible. They're so lucky they dumped it. I mean, Horford's good on the Celtics. That's just where he's meant to be.
Yeah, no, he's a system player and he plays well with the Celtics.
He's
clearly did not work with
He
the
got
Sixers
that bag
whatsoever.
He got that bag strictly from locking up Joel Embiid in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's why we. Yeah, exactly.
That's
why we
exactly
signed him.
how he got the contract.
You know, Tommy's really good at calling when it's a Al Horford threes night. He just knows Al Horford. He's probably like 10 for 10 on Al Horford
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like more than just what, like 2, 3?
to make like 3 or 4 threes. Yeah,
That's crazy. See, like sniping one, he usually gets one. He's a very much a one guy.
yeah, but you
like-
know, like he knows when like Porzingis is out and like Al Horford's gonna. He made 6 threes the other night. 6 against the Suns. Al Horford, first basket, 2 or 3.
Yeah, he was
First-
he was
he was
bugging.
cooking.
That's absolutely nuts. All right, so Jerem, do you want to take us to our segment, the $100 segment?
Yeah, so transitioning along, so this little segment that we're gonna do right now. So we're gonna give you a hypothetical $100, and using that $100, you're gonna place money on teams based on your confidence in their ability to win the NBA Finals this year.
Okay.
So
$100.
So like, give him an
I'll
example.
I'll
got
start
you.
off with mine. So I'm gonna go with $50 on the Nuggets. I'm gonna go with $20 on the Celtics. I'm gonna go with $10 on the Bucks. So that puts me at 80, and then I'm gonna put $20 on the Clippers.
Interesting. I like that. You're missing my favorite dark horse. All right, so I'm going to start with I'll go 40 on the Nuggets. I'll go 30 on the. I gotta do my math. I'll go 20 on the Clippers. I'll go 30 on the Knicks. 30 on the Knicks.
Wow.
Love the Knicks.
So what's that put me at?
That's 90.
90. And I'll put 10 on the Celtics. I just listen. The Celtics are built great. Something about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum this year, I don't believe in. I love Porzingis and Drew Holiday and Derek White. I love it. Like, but your 2 main guys, can they get there for sure? But I just don't feel after betting on them and watching them so much that like they're that good. I feel like the Knicks in a half court game. The Knicks go as far as Julius Randle goes because Julius Randle can destroy them in the half court game. But I just love the pieces that they've put around Brunson.
I would also like throw health, like as far as Randall and health will
Yeah.
take them, because if they're all healthy, I would honestly pencil them in for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, so like you look at Brunson, I'll call him a lead at his position for what he does. So now about everybody's roles. DiVincenzo, I think he's a lead at his role. He's not an elite shooting guard, but he's a lead at his role. OG, a lead at his role. Josh Hart, triple-double machine right now. Just a glue guy.
A lead at rebounding.
His role is rebound, facilitate, make a jump shot. And then you got Randall, and Randall's the biggest X factor for me because you watched last year when they played the Heat. I mean, he shoots like 25 times and just bricks.
Yeah.
But, then they go to their bench. They got Precious Achiuwa, who's a good role piece. They got Alec Burks, who can get a bucket. They got Bogdan at the trade deadline, or Bogdan. I don't know which one. I
Don't
forget.
know how to say.
That's Bojan.
Bojan. They're deep. Can they beat the Celtics? Maybe. We'll see.
I mean,
in a
it's there for as a dark horse.
We'll see in a half. It's I don't care about NBA regular season. There's no defense. It's a half court. It's a half court game in the playoffs, and there's defense being played. Tom Thibodeau can lose them that series as well, but Joe Mazzulla can do the same thing for the Celtics. I don't think there's really an elite coach in the. I think Nick Nurse is the best coach in the East. Doc.
No, Eric Spoelstra.
Okay. I'm sorry. You're right. Spoelstra.
Spoelstra is
You know what? I should have thrown 10 on the Heat too.
Yeah.
Because playoff Jimmy shows up, but
They also got to get healthy too, but that's another team I would not count out. Is the
yeah, never count them out. And listen, if Joel Embiid's healthy, I'm not scared of anybody with the way the Sixers are rolling. They were rolling with Embiid. I think he's
If
just,
he can stay healthy, that's the hardest part.
you know, it's going to happen. He's going to come back. He's going to have a bad game. They're going to be
Yeah.
like, you weren't healthy.
Yeah.
Next
And
year
then
we'll
shut
try.
and then shut him down.
Yeah,
and then,
next year
Yeah.
we'll try again. It's just like, I'm so sick of it, but I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see him go because if he goes, we're cooked forever. But
Yeah, for me with this $100, I mean, I'm pretty damn confident about the Denver Nuggets this year. So I got to put them at $60. I got to go above the 50-50 chance of
Okay.
this happening. I'm so confident in them. And yeah, I get the worry about the Celtics, but I still think that they'll be right there and like doing it with them. I think the Celtics take 20 out of my dollars. Then I'm going 10-10 where you brought up mine, which was my dark horse, which was the Heat, because I really do believe in prime time Michael Jordan as Jimmy Butler.
His dad, his father.
Yeah, that is actually his father, so I'm very confident in that. And then, like, this is just my last $10 can be thrown anywhere. Like, I really don't think any other team will be there, but I guess I kind of agree with your Knicks theory right here, because I can't see any team in the West beating the Nuggets into this. So I think out of all my money, it would have to come out of the East. So the only way it's possible is with that. And I'm so out on the Bucks.
Me too.
I am so out on them. I think that they cannot do it anymore. I think that Dame Lillard was a frantic trade where like they really just wanted to figure it out somehow, where I don't think that was their main piece that they were missing. So I don't know.
You know
We'll see
who
it.
the glue guy for the Bucks is Chris Middleton, believe it or not. Like people don't you think about when they won that year, Chris Middleton was averaging like 20 points in the playoffs. He's just always hurt. So you really again, they're going to be a team they're going to lose, and you're going to look back and be like, we just never figured it out this year. This was just never our year. We didn't figure it out. Let's come back next year, off season, everyone get healthy, and we could figure it out with Doc Rivers.
My rebuttal to that, and you know, for the majority of the season, I kind of was out on the Bucks as well. And this was like when they still had Adrian Griffin, when they were transitioning into Doc Rivers. Dame was still playing like garbage for the entirety of the year. But they're a team that defensively they've really started to come into their own. They've grown in identity on defense, and like you say, like guys like Chris Middleton and in my opinion, guys like Bobby Portis as well. Like they elevate the entire team by the way that they play, and you know they're still figuring out not figuring it out, but they're still like sharpening the sword on defense. And Dame is still like consistently having good nights and bad nights. But I think that if once Dame like truly gets over it, and hopefully he does by the time the playoffs come, and Chris Middleton, who's coming back or should be back by now, and he hopefully can stay healthy, behind Giannis, who is top 3 in MVP, and he's having the type of season he's having. I mean, I still wouldn't count
Never
the Bucks out.
never count Giannis out. You know what the Bucks really need? They just got to play the Sixers. Dame will get right where it's the Sixers.
Yeah.
Dame kills the Sixers. Like that's just the most Philadelphia thing is like a guy struggling just to get going versus Sixers. But I just still believe Doc Rivers will do something dumb.
That too. You also got the impending Doc Game 7 meltdown.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. So
he's the worst coach.
Yeah, he's absolutely terrible. And yeah, I also just really had a question about like if you were to talk to somebody who wants to start this Twitter Discord thing that you had started, like how should they go about building a community so big? Because even I have questions about how to build a community.
Dude, honestly, like specifically the Twitter the gambling Twitter community, it's just like it's so hard now to get it's developed into like a bigger community. So like when I first did it, the biggest guys had like 5,000 or 10,000 followers. Now they have like 150, 200,000. So it's just, I don't know. People ask me all the time, like, how could I do it? And it's just a lot of hard work and determination. Like if you believe in yourself, if you really like it and you believe in it, you can do it. There's nothing I'm proof of it. It sounds crazy to say, but dude, I told my one friend that I was trying to do this and he was like, you're better off selling drugs. I'm like, dude, what? Like what? And like, I think about that all the time. And like, even like my family are like, what are you doing? Like, and now like,
you're doing it.
Now I'm doing it. They see it. And I would just tell someone young, like that's starting it, just be yourself. Like believe in yourself, but be yourself. Don't try and be better than anybody. There's certain people that do what I do that like they're buying chains, they're flashing their cars. Like that's not, you're not going to want to go to war for that guy. Mm-hmm. Like I want you to know I'm the same as you. Mm-hmm. Like we're on the same level. I happen to own this community. I built it. I put a lot of hard work and effort. And if you have something in the world you're passionate about, you can do it too. Find someone else Find someone else that's doing it and follow their recipe. Follow their recipe and be true to yourself. It's all about the recipe. I know it sounds kind of corny and cliche to say, but write down your recipe and just stick to it. The recipe works. For me, my recipe works. For you, your recipe could be something different than what I think, but if that's your recipe, believe in it and follow it.
That's facts.
And I feel like something else like that, me personally, whether it's in stuff that I want to do or things that I'm already doing, like finding people and asking questions. Like the worst they can say is no, and sometimes I used to be really scared of that, but it really that's the worst that can happen.
Dude, ask for
they
help.
just say no, and now I know, or they say yes. And
I get a lot of DMs from smaller accounts asking to like collab on parlays just so they can get some traction on their account. You know, I took a while off from doing them because the way people approach it is can be corny. So if someone approaches me and they're like, I know they're just like me, just a normal dude, like asking politely and not even politely, just in a normal way, for sure. I got one dude who literally just like texts me every single day, and I'm like, dude, like kind of annoying. Like I don't want to do this. Like you only hit me up when I'm doing well.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna give you that light? But if someone hits me up randomly, like, yo, it really mean a lot. I got you, man. No problem. Helping, I would love to help more people grow their thing, but people are just weird about how they go about it, and like if you give them that attention, then they get a little weird.
They get their head blows up and everything.
Yeah,
so
just
like,
be normal, be humble. Like this shit will humble you quick. Like people join your group and then you lose for a month straight, which has happened to me. You're like, damn, like is this over? Dude, I've had like times where I'm like, damn, this is over. Like it was so fun. Like I'm sick. Like I was like in tears. Like I put all my effort into it. I lost a lot of money. I literally texted my girlfriend at the time. She's not my wife, obviously, but you know, I'm sick. Like I lost a lot of money. I tried. Like it's been a year. Like, and then from then on, it just went up. So it's just believing in yourself, even when times are tough.
During that time too, were the people in your community, were they supportive of you? Were they like riding with you? Like how were they receptive to?
Yeah. So dude, at this point, I already gave everyone a free month, and this was when I was smaller. I couldn't do that now because now we have like actual people that rely on this income for their life. But this is the first year, I would say in October, I think, or October, I had haters for the first time in the community because we got so many more people and I was doing bad and they were just chirping me. First time ever, 2 or 3 years doing this. First time I ever had haters. So usually they're very supportive. I've been here for a while. I know Larry will turn it on. But when they chirp now, it's just in one ear, out the other ear. I couldn't believe it though for the first time. Like, damn, like they really don't believe in me.
That made you turn it up maybe a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, for our group, iron sharpens iron. Like if someone's doing well, someone else has to step up and do well. You want it. Like when Tommy's doing well, I want to match him because
you don't want to get left behind.
It's not left behind. It's just, you know, if one guy's doing really well and the other guy's not doing really well, nothing really changes in the group. But if we're both doing well, the whole entire group is eating and more people are joining, and it's just so fun. You know, it's a family. That's how we talk about it in our Discord. It's a family. Like we're all in this together. We just kind of give the ideas and you work off of that. Like you last night, you watered down my parlay. There's so many people who water down my parlays and just hit or take each leg straight. I don't do it, but those that do, they're eating. That's
facts. And as we know, it is March. It is March Madness. Are you big on betting?
Dude,
Dance?
I am. I wish I could give the Tim Tebow speech to the whole Discord when he lost. You will never see someone more locked in than I'm about to be. I told the wife, I'm not cuddling with you. I'm not tickling your back. I am watching basketball from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. for 4 days straight.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
I'm sorry. You need help with anything? We have a family lunch that we planned, and I'm like, listen, I actually can't go. It's Saturday. Like. And it's really like a touchy, like our grandma passed away like a year and a half ago. Yeah. So like we are having a lunch for something for her. And I'm like, yo, listen, like this is the biggest day of the year for me. I'm not going. I'm sorry. I'm locked in. Conference tourney, I was locked in. Took Temple money line every way, every single game.
Every step of the way until UAB.
I even took them versus UAB.
Wow.
I knew they were going to get cooked versus UAB.
I know, we all do.
I had to ride.
I know.
Dude, I threw 500 and then plus 700 the night before.
Oh, okay, so you were a happy man.
Dude, I was at dinner with my friends. I'm like, yo, watch this. I'll pay for dinner if this wins. Go! Dude, they won. Dude, I was just like, hoot. Like literally, hoot. So I'm big on live betting. That's how I really got big. live betting. So like I live bet Illinois when they were down in Nebraska, like plus 250. I live bet Temple. I live bet St. Joe's a lot. I had a really good conference tourney, so I'm really excited for this next week. This is like my Christmas. I'm locked in. I don't want to even bet on the NBA until then, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
So
of course.
For the dance, is that mainly your strategy going into is like more live betting?
Yeah,
versus-
because less parlays for this time, because I'll do like 1 or 2 parlays and I'll take a bunch of dogs because they win, but it's really hard to hit a parlay in March Madness. Crazy shit happens all the time. Like, tomorrow there's going to be, or Thursday or Friday, there's going to be a 14 that beats a 3, a 15 that beats a 2. There's going to be one of them. Couldn't tell you which one.
Yeah.
I can guess, but I can guess based on my college basketball knowledge, but I'm not going to say it because if I say it, I'll look so stupid if it's the wrong.
If it's the wrong thing.
Yeah. But I've watched a decent amount of college basketball that I know. Like, we'll take FAU for example versus Northwestern.
Yeah.
Northwestern has a really good guard. I think his name's like Boo Boo. And FAU is a bunch of frauds who just lost to Temple. Give me the team with the guard in March.
The guard play. The guard play in March is the most important.
And an elite guard.
Yeah.
Boo Boo's I think that's his name. He's good. FAU, I watched them all this year. They don't cover. They lose games they shouldn't lose. Like, I'll take Northwestern there. Now, that's not an official pick, but it probably will be.
So you're saying guard play is your main strategy. I'm also very big on the offensive rebounding side of things. I think that's a huge strategy that people need to have. But all it really does come down to is those threes, man. Are they hitting them? Are they hitting those free throws at the end of the game? The free throws in college basketball kills me every time.
College basketball make you bald. That's what it did to me, bro. It made me bald. I lost my hair from college basketball. But I really think like UConn's kind of head above everyone. They're so good.
Me
but
too.
They're plus 400. Like, they're plus 400. Like, I'm not going to take
That doesn't
them.
do it.
I threw futures on Kentucky, Creighton, Houston, Michigan State, and I forget the last one, but those are who I sprinkled on, and Tennessee, who like stunk against Mississippi State in the conference tourney. So I sprinkled a little bit on all of them, but you look at Arizona, they got kind of like a cakewalk. A team that I think can get to the Sweet 16, New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico.
Yeah, they're getting a lot.
The Lobos are
They
good.
have a good.
Lobos are good. They got Eddie House's son, Jamal Mashburn's son, Rick Pitino's son's the coach. They got Clemson round 1. I think they beat Clemson, and then either Baylor or Colgate round 2. None of those teams really
They're
excited.
not that great.
No, like, I kind of think Colgate could maybe beat Baylor. That could be the 14 over.
I low key put that in one of mine.
Yeah, that could be the 14 over the 3, but again, like I could look so dumb saying that, or I could look like a genius. Colgate wins. Imagine a team named after a toothpaste beats Baylor.
I mean, Baylor just doesn't do it for me either.
They're not as good as
their
they
team
were.
is just
They won that
ugly.
national championship and then like they just fell off.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah. You never know, though. You literally just never know in March.
in March it's just,
There's going to
it's
be a
just different
Cinderella
beast.
story that gets to Sweet 16. There always is.
Like Purdue has a cakewalk, but they'll probably lose in the second, third
Yeah,
round.
I hate Zach Edey. He's
Yeah.
just like such a robot. He's huge.
I know. He's really
just-
weird looking.
He's so big. Pause, but
so not dope.
Yeah.
To kind of close it out, I wanted for us to construct right here a nice 3-team parlay.
3-teamer. What sport?
Let's go basketball,
NBA or college?
NBA. Let's get on here. I wanted us to
Let me
finish it
let
off.
me open the FanDuel app.
I
haven't
wanted to
opened
give
it.
our people something to see if we could get something right on having
We
juice
got
with
5
OJ.
games tonight.
Yeah, it's not a great slate.
Not a great slate.
It's all right. We can cook. What kind of odds you want?
However we're feeling, however you're feeling, I want to see if we can do it.
Yeah,
It can be a little Cinderella feeling.
All right.
Lucas the,
Let's alt some stuff.
Yeah, little alt spreads. Let's go.
Or you want to do spreads or props?
Props. Always props. I'm
Okay.
a big props guy.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we're gonna go.
design plates.
We're gonna go Fred VanVleet over 8.5 assists.
Fred VanVleet over what?
8.5
8.5?
assists. And I haven't
Okay.
looked at anything yet today. So
Yeah. This is perfect then. This is.
the Nuggets play the
The Wolves.
Timberwolves. Timberwolves play good defense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I'll take Jokic 12 rebounds, but actually not. I hate going against Gobert. Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird slate tonight. Let's go to the Magic game because you look at the Hornets, like they don't play great defense.
Yeah.
So same with the Wizards. So we're gonna target assists or points or something there. I don't hate Paolo.
Paolo's an absolute dog.
Let's take Paolo points. Let's see what his number is. I like him over
Paolo's
20.
at 21 and a half.
I like him over 21 and a
I
half.
like that.
Over 21.5.
So
Okay.
Fred over 8.5 assists, Paolo over 21 and a half, and then I always like to close something out late. Like I like to have something late
A little
to
late
hedge.
one.
Actually, there's no late games tonight besides 9 o'clock, so that's not that late. Let's go to the Mavs game. Mavs Spurs. I mean,
Check it out.
I mean, Luka 10 assists.
Luka triple double.
Yeah, I mean, Luka triple double is like a lock. It's just a lock every night. Like,
It is a lock every night.
it just scares me because like his rebound number is 9.5. So like they're probably sharp with that number.
Yeah.
So like he could get 9 rebounds so easily, or he can just demolish that. And they could cook them. I mean, I would do that. I would do Fred over 8.5 assists, Paolo over 21.5, Luka triple double.
What's
Plus
the odds
850.
looking? Plus 850. Lock it in, guys.
All right, lock it in.
Absolutely
I like
love
that.
that.
I'm gonna-
Well, do you want to shout out your pages real quick to finish this all up? Let
All right,
people
yeah,
know.
sure. Make sure you follow Larry Locks 8 on Twitter, Tommy OB95 on Twitter,
Yes.
Gay for Gambling.
Love it.
Shout out my guy Zlotny too. Can't forget about him. And then the support page is the Lounge Sports. The Discord's called Larry's Lounge. So it's all after, and it all started with Larry David pretty much. And now I just people call me Larry, but give us a follow. We are predominantly sports bettors. We tweet some funny stuff sometimes just wins to join the Discord, but you get a little bit of everything. So, and also if you love to sports bet, we're your home for sports betting.
They're a family.
Yeah,
They're a family.
It's a family in the Discord. Lot of funny characters in the Discord.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for popping in,
Of
bro.
course, you guys
It
are
was
you
awesome.
guys are great.
Appreciate
This
you.
was awesome. Oh.
And go comment, like, subscribe under this, and give him a follow, man. We're out. See you next
sir.
week.